So now, since Mr. Suguran is already done discussing the minimum standards for physical facilities, now let's proceed to the research considerations for the physical learning environment of the every individual or the every students, since this topic is somehow connected to the theory of Yuri Befrenbener, which is the ecological system. And I think the classroom, it is under on the micro system, since it has a direct interaction or hands-on learning of the individual, that it can really affect on them on how they are shaped as an individual. So now let's focus on the noisy level and the color of the classroom environment of the students, because the noisy level and the color, it can really affect the learning of the students, especially if they as a future educator, especially that if we want our students to be interactive and to learn more, to be motivated to learn more, to their progress of their learning, or to our discussion. So according to the research, the quiet classroom, it is not really the ideal learning environment for the students, but it is the noisy level. It can be a low or moderate level. So because when we hear the word classroom, or we can imagine the classroom, we can't really say that it is a quiet or it can be noisy, because especially if our students are already close to one another, so they can talk to anyone that they wanted to talk to. So the noisy level, it is depending on the activity that is given by the teacher, especially if the teacher is want to have a learning or want to have a discussion that is interactive, or that is that every students is actively participating through the whole discussion. So it is really depends on the activity that is given by the teacher. It could be a group work or individual or a pair. So especially if the student, for example, if a student is if the teacher is if the teacher gave an activity that needed to have a group work, so they need to talk to one another, especially if they are sharing an idea. So the teacher is the classroom, it is really expected to be noisy. So it can be a moderate, or it could be a more than moderate of the noisiness level, if they are really talking to one another, or they are really sharing their ideas. So the next one, it is the color, because the colors, the theme color of the classroom, it can really affect the learning of the students, especially if the colors are like something that is an eyesore to the learning, or a distractor color to the learning of the students. So the calm colors, it has the calm colors and a stimulating colors. So when we say calm colors, these are the blue, green. So when we say blue or green colors, it is somehow has a deep meaning, because blue, when we say blue, of course we can think about the ocean, we can think about the ocean. So ocean can give us the feeling of relaxation, or it can feel like our anxiety is reducing something. And the green, we can think it as a theme of the nature. So nature, it really comes as it really calms us, or it can lessen our stress or our anxiety. So the green and the blue color, it can really help the students to be relaxed and focus to the discussion or to their learning. So on the other hand, the brighter color or the stimulating colors, which is the, I think, on the other hand, the brighter or the stimulating colors, it is the yellow, the light, I think lighter orange, and the pink is that can really enhance the learning of the students for them to be productive and to have more, I think, energy, and it also helps them to be creative as a learner. So especially for those young learners in the elementary level or in the preschool level. So I think you all already know that the classroom of the preschool students or the elementary school students, it is really colorful. It is not something that you can see that it can really calm the nerves, but it is the colors that can really help them to be productive to their whole time of discussion or to the whole time of their learning. So the brighter colors, it can really help them to be, yes. Next one, it is the temperature and the ventilation. So a classroom should really maintain a comfortable temperature, because it can help for the students to focus through the discussion of the teacher or the discussion of their classmates. So the example of the classroom environment, it is not too warm or not too hot temperature of the classroom. It is really the ideal of the classroom temperature. And for example, during our class, the Ed 2 to 6 class, which was held in Teresita building, which specifically in the 507 or 607, I think, that the classroom temperature, it was really the main distractor or distractions of the for the listening or sa kaning pagpaminaw nato sa report nilang Mr. Lapaniete. So it is really one of the distractions of the learning of the students nga, like maglisod sila og kaning paminaw, because like sige na lang og pay kay perting aling uta kay walay aircon, and na something it was na tunong sa 12 o'clock. Yes, it was really natunong sa kaning during the lunchtime, and during the lunchtime, the temperature, it is not like dili na siya bearable kaayo kay tungod perti na jung inita, and the ceiling of the classroom, it is not really like something na taas kaayo siya, and like wala siya kaning cover sa kaning it has a something cover hinuon, but it is not really enough for the protection sa kaning heat. So it was really a main distractions of the listening sa ilahang sa paglisten sa ilahang discussion, so og sa ilahang quiz. So dili katarong og kaning paminaw ang students if like ang classroam temperature is like kaning nasubraan siya sa kainit, or like kay if masubraan siya sa kainit kay like magpay na lang sila, and then if like nasubraan pud siya sa kabugnaw is like kaning magtagpa pud sila og kaning like pangita og place nga like dili bugnaw, or like maadto sila sa luyo, I mean kay kaning mangita sila og kaning like dili maigo sa aircon. Next one, it is the proper ventilation and the good circulation nga kaning like it is very important pod para like dili ma-distract ang kaning students sa ilahang learning or like sa pagpaminaw nila sa discussion, because if the classroom has a proper ventilation or air circulation, because it can like it can freshen their mind, especially if it has a fresh air nga like maka help sa ilahang ma-improve ang ilahang concentration during sa kaning discussion. So it can also promote having the classroom that has a proper ventilation or air circulation, it can also promote to have a good well-being for the students. So they can, especially if their mind is like something, if like makakuan sila og kaning fresh air, so like ilahang mind is like makathink sila og tarong, or like ang ilahang classroom is like something kaning like comfortable sila, like dili sila igangan or like dili sila ma-distract sa ani nga kaning distractor for their learning. So it is really important for the classroom to maintain a balance for the temperature and to have a proper ventilation and air circulation, because it can help them to boost their learning progress. So lastly, it is the desk arrangement. So there are different kinds of arranging the desk or the seating arrangement of the classroom. So it has a rows, a clusters, the U-shape arrangement, the individual seating arrangement, and many more. So this kind of arrangement, it can really help them to work as individual or to work as a group. So through this seating arrangement, it can help them to engage to every students, or to share their knowledge or to share their ideas to one another. It can really it can boost the social interaction of the one students, and it can also help them to boost their confidence, because through sharing their ideas, especially if like ilahang pag-share sa ideas and ilahang sharean sa ilahang ideas, it is really listening attentively sa ilahang kaning sa ilahang ideas nga ilahang share. So it can really boost confidence and encourage them to work as an individual or to work as a group. This kind of the seating arrangement, it is the rows. So we are all already familiar with the rows seating arrangement. It is the row 1, row 2, row 3, or row 4. It can also be a row 5, because it is mostly in elementary level. I think it is mostly at it is really I think the rows are until group 5 or the group 4, but it depends on the number of the students. If they are not really fitted to the kaning like dili sila maigo sa kaning like row 1, row 2, and row 3 and row 4, so it really needs to have a row 5. So and then next one, it is the clusters. So the clusters or the group seating arrangement. So it is really somehow nga like makita na to siya sa kaning arrangement sa kaning kindergarten or like sa kaning preschools. It is something like sa isa ka table or like a big table na ay 4 ka students nga maglingkod. So like atubangay sila upat or like 6 ka buok, like duha sa right, duha sa left, and then duha sa isa sa upper and isa sa obos. So it is really this kind of the sitting arrangement, it can enhance can encourage them to work as a group or to share their ideas. The next one, I think it is the U shape. So the U shape, it really can encourage the average students to have they can really see the teacher by this sitting arrangement, and also they can see their classmates face. They can really see them face to face, instead of like kaning by rows lang sila nga like ang likod ra sa ilahang classmate ang ilang makitaan. So ang kaning U shape, it can really it is like mostly something sa kaning during a meeting or like selecting an officer sa kaning like selecting officers sa kaning sa classroom, or like having a debate, so or like kaning discussion sa kaning teacher. So especially if like mostly ang kaning U shape, it was really it is also useful for having a quiz if ganahan ang teacher nga makakita sa iyang students nga like mag kaning dili mag kaning like dili mag like, makita niya og dali nga like mag dili mag ka-share og kaning like dili mag ka-share og answer sa iyang seatmate. And then ang kani nga U-shape, the U-shape sitting arrangement, it was really mostly used by Sir Kambal sa iyahang something sa iyahang moving exam. So like to make sure nga like makita gid niya nga like wala nag kinopyahanay ang iyahang students or like wala nag share og answer ang iyang students, which is really effective for having a quiz because dili man jud siya makakuan makahatag like dili jud siya maka-share og kaning answers. So the next one, it is the individual setting. So I see a setting. So this setting arrangement, it is really mostly nga makita na to if like we are having an exam. So like kaning like one row rigid siya, like wala siya kaning kon like one whole row rigid siya nga wala siya kaning something na pair o wala siya tapad na classmates or like a student. So this sitting arrangement, it is really encouraged to have, especially if we are having a quiz or having a exams. So overall, this setting arrangement, it really depends on the activity or the kung unsa man ang kaning setting arrangement nga ihatag or like sitting arrangement nga ihatag sa teacher. Because if ganahan ang teacher nga like kaning mag group work ang iyang students or like magtinabang ang iyang students, pwede lang kaning cluster na sitting arrangement nga iyang gamiton para ma-encourage ang like active participation or sharing the ideas of the every members of the group. And then overall, the environment, the learning environment of the students, it can really affect them. It can really affect their learning progress. So through the color, the noise level, the temperature, the proper ventilation, and their setting arrangement, it can really help them for their learning progress. So it is really important for us as a future educator to know this kind of environmental learning or the classroom environment of the students for us to have an like creative or like kaning ang students for them to have a effective and comfortable classroom for their own or for their learning. So that's all, everyone. I hope that you've learned something through our discussion. If you have any questions or any clarification, you can ask us or you can message us on Teams. So yes, that's all, everyone. Thank you for listening to our discussion for today or for our topic for today. So thank you. That's all.